ask yourself this. Whatever you're doing, your marriage, your job, your career, your kids, is your heart into it? Are you really into it? I'll speak at events. Kids come up, I want to be a sportscaster. My thing is, you willing to be poor for 12 years? Eat top ramen? Because I was. I watched the debate last night. A lot of guys run for president. Elizabeth Warren wants to be president. So does Bernie. Mike Bloomberg didn't prepare for the debate. He's rich. He didn't want to be president. He just doesn't like Trump. Is your heart into it? Tom Brady's not leaving New England. How do I know? I read this story this morning. Tom Brady reportedly won't go on a free agent tour. He'd like them to all meet in one location. Come on, man. His heart's not into it. Peyton Manning got on flights. Peyton Manning went all over the country. He met with executives. He went to Tennessee. He's out to the West Coast. He goes to John Elway. Peyton Manning's heart was into it. He was into it. Tom Brady's heart's not into this thing. I'm amending my Tom Brady pie. My pie last week was 70% stays in New England, 25% Titans, 4% surprise team, 1% retirement. I am amending my Tom Brady pie to 98% New England, 1% shocker, 1% Tennessee. His heart's not into leaving. When Robinson Cano went to the Yankees, right? He was a Yankee. And then they pay him a lot of money. He goes, I'm going to go to the Mariners. I'm from Seattle. His heart was never into it. He was there an hour. He wanted out. He was a Yankee. The Yankees were his team. That's who he dreamed of playing with, not going to the damp Pacific Northwest playing for a losing baseball culture. A year into that thing, by the All-Star break first year, he wasn't into it. Is your heart into it? Want to be a broadcaster? Get ready to starve. Want to be president? Prepare for debates. Tom Brady does it. There's a big difference between being mad at your wife and wanting a divorce. Tom Brady just wants New England to know he's not happy right now. He doesn't want a divorce. He has no reason to be furious with New England. They went out and got AB for him. AB was kooky. They went and they got Flash Gordon for him. Flash Gordon was kooky. They went and got Mohamed Sanu for him. They drafted a wide receiver in the first round. They did not like they did in 2018 draft. Tom wanted more weapons. The first two picks in the first round, they got a left tackle and a running back. They've not ignored Tom. They don't particularly draft wide receivers well, but they have tried to appease Tom. They've drafted in 2018, first two picks, offensive guys. They went and got Mohamed Sanu and gave up a second-round pick. They got AB. They got Gordon. They drafted N'Keal Harry. They're not ignoring Tom. Last year, they drafted another running back. They got 7. They went and got another one. They're not ignoring Tom. It's not the most fun place to play football. And Tom is frustrated as he's aged and slightly declined. He'd like more help. But this is just Tom being mad at his wife. He doesn't want a divorce. He doesn't even want to go on a recruiting trip. He doesn't want to go on a recruiting trip. He wants to meet everybody in a centralized location. His heart's not into it. He's got the TB12. They're in the Whole Foods in New England. Ooh, he put his house up for sale. I've moved 9 times. You know how many houses I've had and sold? I mean, sometimes you just get tired of the house. You want a little more space downstairs. You're tired of the mortgage payment. You're bored with the neighborhood. But if you start looking at what New England's done, they're listening to Tom. They went and got Gordon. They went and got AB. They went and got Sanu. They drafted N'Keal Harry. They got an offensive left tackle. They got a running back. They drafted another running back. They're listening to Tom. Even the story this morning by Tom Curran says, yes, they know that Tom wants weapons more than money. So his heart is not into it. I have fixed my Tom Brady pie. I have amended my pie. 99% New England, 1% shocker, retirement Chargers, and 1% Tennessee Titans. There is my new updated Tom Brady pie. We changed the recipe. That's what it is. Your heart's got to be into it, and you can sense when it's not. Let me shift to this. Oh, Twitter was outraged yesterday. Utterly outraged The NFL is going to, and they are, going to expand the season by one regular season game, and they're going to add more playoff teams. Wild Card Weekend's now going to be really fun. The new format's going to make the number one seed really important. That will be the only team, NFC, AFC, that gets a bye. You know, the regular season now, you got to get that number one seed. Otherwise, you don't get a bye. So it's going to happen, and we're all going to watch, and it's fine. And I'm hearing this. Why change? Growth. You think Apple's staying put? Google? Facebook? No, we're doing well. There's no reason to upgrade. You're constantly changing. You're trying to stave off the NBA and stave off big fights and stave off college football. You're trying to win baseball. NFL has never been a league that stays put. They change rules during the season. That's why they're number one. That's why they've pulled away from baseball, because they don't rest on their laurels. They're not arrogant. They're always looking to grow. So the argument, why change? Apple, Google, Facebook, Amazon. It's called growth. If you're not growing, you're declining. That's not the NFL's mojo. It never has been. The other thing is, people always freak out. I always look at contract negotiations as opportunities. I may have to give a little, but I could get more. If I'm a player in the NFL, okay, I had to play one more game, but you know what? Maybe I can tweak that franchise tag. Maybe I can get lifetime insurance. Maybe I can get a little more money. This is just an opportunity. By the way, before you race to your social media apparatus, football has changed. In the last 5 years, the last CBA, nobody hits anymore during practice. There are only 14 days during the regular season now. Teams are allowed to make players wear pads. There are weeks now you don't wear pads. Just walking around. Why do you think Brady wants to play forever? Why do you think Breeze wants to play forever? Why do you think a lot of these non-interior linemen, they want to play longer? Money's never been better. Less hitting. You're seeing it in high school, college, and the pros. NFL owners have simply said, listen, we look at this stuff, less hitting in games, almost no hitting in practice after camp. Salaries are going up. We're paying quarterbacks $35 million. Dak's going to make over $35 million. He's not even great. You guys want to play one more game? We'll take away a preseason game, and we'll give you a little more money, and we'll tweak the insurance. This is not anything to be frightened of. This is called an opportunity. I don't love the franchise tag. I think a team should be able to maybe transition tag you once. You draft a player, you go all in on the player. Maybe one time for one player in a roster I can franchise tag once. I don't like the fact that Aaron Rodgers gets drafted by Green Bay and they got him for 7 years. I think that's bad news for star quarterbacks. But it should be noted, owners want their star quarterbacks to win too. So if Andy Reid wasn't a good coach, Kansas City would be like, man, Mahomes is good. Let's fire the coach. But Andy Reid's good. If Sean Payton wasn't a great coach, you know, the owner, Gail Benson of the Saints, would go, I got to get rid of Sean Payton, a new coach. Have you noticed that the great quarterbacks eventually almost always get a great coach? So even though you're kind of trapped financially, the truth is, if the owner, the fans, the media, the executives see that the quarterback's amazing, they'll keep firing coaches until you get the right coach. So you're trapped, but you're making $35 million a year, and eventually you're going to win games. Find me all the great quarterbacks all time that never got at least one great coach. They all did. Marv Levy never won a Super Bowl for Jim Kelly, but he was a great coach. Marv Levy was a great coach. He just ran into the Cowboys a lot. So this is nothing to be scared of. You add a game, you take away another one. Maybe the players can get 2 preseason games taken away. Opportunity. Don't freak out. I've been in 12 negotiations in my life. I'll get a little more here. Sometimes money matters. Sometimes more days off matter. I can get more in life insurance. So Joy suggested that this week. I'm a big believer in that too. More life insurance, little more money. They're not hitting anymore. I mean, maybe you can get a second buy out of this thing. But the playoff thing is just great. It's more good teams. Another team gets in the playoff. That's another player that can hit a bonus. I'm for that. I'm for more playoffs. But the added game, people are saying, why change things? Because that's called growth. Everybody listening to me now, doesn't matter if your company's number one, your law firm, your company, keep growing because people are trying to attain what you have. Apple's growing. Facebook's growing. They're not stopping. NFL's not sitting here waiting for basketball to surpass them. That's what baseball did, and the NFL and the NBA surpassed it. That's the first thing. The second thing is it's an opportunity. Get better health insurance, get more money for your family, get better pension. Maybe you can tweak the pension. Don't be scared of this stuff. The NFL players have a lot of leverage too. We never, ever watched more football than this year, and we didn't watch for the owners, and we didn't watch for the GMs, and we didn't watch for the coaches. We watched for the players. And this sport's never had more good, young, talented, nice players. Get a little more. Go get a little more money. Get a little more life insurance. All good. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.